Wait, what's mythic that I don't own? What? It's not mythic, is it? No, it's not. Oh, the commander itself is a mythic. Chat, did I make a colossal mistake and not have a mythic rare for my own commander? That's funny. Alright. Okay, there's 2 mythics in here. Alright, we got it. Huge. Alright, here we are with Mitotic Ultimus. 9 mana, 8/8 trample. When it dies, you get 4 manas. Excuse me, wait. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. This costs less, just like Gulta costs less. Right? Now, this is greatest power. Gulta is total power, so I was thinking that this might just be better than Gulta in every way, but it's only discounted a single time, so it probably isn't. But it leaves behind 2 4/4s, and then when those 4/4s die, they leave behind 2 2/2s, and then when those 2/2s die, you get 2 1/1s. So it's essentially 30, what did you say, 32 power and toughness inside this one creature. And 32 is a pretty insane number. Someone in chat brought up Altar of Dementia, so I'm going to try that. You only have to do it 3 times, sometimes even just 2 times with this, and that's just your opponent's entire deck, or that's a third of your opponent's deck each time. That seems kind of funny. This card is in here because someone in chat wanted me to try it. I don't know. I don't have a lot of faith for this, but mono green, what better place to try this kind of thing? And then, for the most part, the deck is just like something you'd expect out of most mono green decks, which is like the good cards. Some things that do actually care about actually getting my commander in play at a reasonable pace, like Lovestruck Beast and all the 3 mana efficient things. There's a fair amount of 4 mana good things like this to be doing to discount it, but the 3 mana slot is the good spot for casting this on turn 4. So that's what we're doing. And no Tooth and Nail, no Eldrazi or anything like that, which might be wrong, but it just makes room for more interesting things that we haven't really seen before. So that's it. Send it. Like, comment, subscribe. Send it. Ugh. Oh shoot, I didn't mindlessly mulligan for a 1-drop. Oops. Throwing. Chat, we're throwing. This can't block, right? No. Patchwork banner? Whoop. Let's play... Yep. I don't know why we... Oh, okay, sure. Oh my goodness, you got it. Alright. So, I think this has to find something this turn, which really sucks, but it is what it is. I don't know what it's finding here. I really don't know what I'm doing with that Archduous Charm, which is not good. If I had the Desert Bounce Land, I'd probably go get that, but I don't have it. So probably some kind of creature? I would like to kill the Morbid Opportunist, but now I cannot do that. I could get Scoot Swarm, but it's not... It doesn't work right now. I really don't care about Altar of Dementia. I know I probably should care about it. Maybe I should. It's like a reliable way to commit crime. It's probably just a problem as this game proceeds. Yeah, I should have just dealt with it. Yep, that was a mistake, for sure. How do you not cast your commander? Alright. That does not commit crime, right? Suppose they can still cast their commander? Green Medallion? I don't know about that. I'd probably play the green Anthem before I play the Medallion. Excuse me, the Medallion. Okay, interesting. That does commit crimes. I think they're gonna plus, though. I think. Losing Cultist is unfortunate, but I don't think it was the most crucial thing to have to, like, win the game. So, I will swing with Yorvo. And we'll see what happens. The thing that was going to happen anyways. Yep. I will play the land because my opponent has Liliana in play. There's no reason to not play the land. Oh, did a mistake happen? This doesn't have trample. Opponent said, oops. I don't know why. Not swinging doesn't really... It's the same thing anyways. It doesn't matter. Can I even swing at Liliana here? Should I swing at Liliana? I don't think so. That's an... Is that a very unusual attack, or am I tripping? Okay, well, you've convinced me to not care, so what do you got? I will not let them get that, so let's sack that. Yeah, this is... I mean, I expected something, I just... It's not really a surprise. I could have actually sacked this in response to the attack, and then had probably too many creatures for my opponent to do anything about it. So, I don't think any crime can be committed currently, which means I can swing 8, 12, almost lethal face. And I don't think I care about Liliana in any way. It does commit a crime, which is scary, but swinging this much face is just, it's just so much damage. If they don't block Yorvo, I can sack a lot of slimes. Oh, that doesn't really change anything. Yeah, I think they're always blocking Yorvo anyways. 72. So 32, 41, 48. It's almost lethal, but not quite. Milling my opponent, I mean. It's pretty close, but it's not quite there. Thankfully, the tokens come tapped. The slimes are definitely extremely annoying to deal with as well for the opponent. I'm going to sack this and just get rid of something else instead of the, yeah, this is fine. I'll get rid of a 2-2 here. I could get rid of a 1-1, actually. Maybe that's just okay. Yeah, we can just get rid of a 1-1, I think, and not really sweat it. Man, if Yorvo had trample, ugh. Why can't my cards be exactly the thing I want? $32. Oh, I forgot Yorvo grows with each creature. This is lethal. This is lethal. Okay. So, this is lethal. Unless my opponent responds or something, which they haven't done. I think I could have milled them out before I gave them a turn. Yeah, okay, they don't appear to have anything, so we're just going to go all in. And if it's not lethal, well then... But there's... I mean, this is most assuredly enough. $53. Yes! Yes! We did it! We finally did it. I actually milled them out. Yeah, Yorvo. I completely forgot. Yorvo grows with each creature that's showing up, so that basically just goes crazy. That probably explains why my opponent's a good game. I just passed the turn without thinking about it, but I'm pretty sure I could have decked them out before they went to their draw step. Yeah, so that was a bit of a mistake there, but... Oh. Oh, no. If I just had that last turn. If I just had it last turn. This is a slime, right? Ooze giant, excuse me. So it's probably right to name giant then, huh? But we're going to name ooze because that's funny. We're going to play this. And then we're going to do this now, right? I don't see why I would wait. Yeah, no, I'm going to do this now before something weird happens to me. Slightly worse for Nissa, but I'm just gonna... I'm just gonna send it. Oh, sweet. That's kind of funny. So, I'm gonna let them have Arcane Signet just because it doesn't... You know what I could do is pick up my Flare, actually. Maybe that's just better. There's no way I just pass with nothing. Yeah, we're gonna pick up Flare here. And I think I'm gonna not cast it. Sweeper Tribal, yeah, maybe. Wouldn't surprise me. I really want a 2-for-1 my opponent. Exotop card, alright, so then I do get my 2-for-1 here. In some way, shape, or form. Alright, so we have Ooze mana. I just want to dodge the exiling stuff is the main thing. There's no reason to do this now. They're to play their land. They could represent something spooky. And now they're just like not doing that. Alright, so hopefully no farewell or whatever. But destroying my board is fine. Because it just can do stuff. You've been playing since 1994? Shoot. I existed in a different form in 1994. I was a tadpole, whatever it's called. You know what I mean. Wow, they've taken it. They're just straight taking it. What does this do? Alright, it doesn't do anything I care about. Interesting. Upkeep, exile. Alright, yep, that's... Alright. They have 7 dwarves in their deck? Okay, you got it. Interrupt your summon, yep. Alright, yeah, I don't really know what my opponent was expecting there. Well, they could have a sweeper, I guess. Very strange. I mean, my opponent is... Conjure 7 on the top of your library. They sort of put in a bunch of dwarves for Quintarius Discover, and that seems like it offsets the... what's this term called when you exile the top? I can't remember. Impulse draw? It's a... No errata. They would never errata a card like that. It's just Magic Arena. They can use Magic Arena like Hearthstone. You can change cards that are... So they're different. I think it's the same in like real formats. Where like Standard and whatnot, Pioneer. But I think it's banned. So it doesn't matter anyways. I think it would be nice if they just delegated the text change just to banned cards. And that way you can still like play them. Sorin? It's weird. Well, maybe it isn't. Maybe it's not weird. No way you flip Sorin this early, though. Ooh, cool. Oh, whoops. I forgot I could block it. I'm an idiot. I did it again. I'm an idiot. Alright, so we play that. We play this. This. And this. Slightly more reliable than yeah. Been a while since you played. Yeah, it's been some changes. Alright, we have a lot of mana. And that's pretty cool. Opponent chose to not play the game. Also pretty neat. We can play this. And then I can play a bunch of mana Nykthos. Play this. Have we had this die yet? We have not had this die yet, actually. I think I'm gonna play Defense of the Heart, because it could be very scary. It can also not really do anything, so we'll see. Oh, sure. Well, thankfully they didn't do that at the start of the turn. Oh, I'm super excited for the new Tarkir set. I can kill Sorin, so it's not a problem. Or I can probably just win. That works too, right? We like winning instead. So 8, and then 3 for Crater Hoof, and we win. Alright. Kind of meh, but you take them as you get them, I guess. Alright, so far the slime hasn't been that... Actually, a lot of decks have just exiled it. But, there we got there. Okay. There's really no reason to... I mean, I could have played this, right? Yeah, but then I'd have to spend the treasure immediately. It's probably kind of just fine to do that. Could have just done that. Okay, so let's play... I'm going to play the safest card here. Spellfierce, alright. Well, I said safest, but clearly that's not what I meant. Clearly that's not what I meant. So, play the... I'm not drawing any of the, like, discounting creatures, which is a problem. Excuse me. Excuse me. Alright, I'm still gonna play this. I don't think it makes sense not to play it, so... Yeah, I need one of the creatures with, like, 4 or 5 power here. I just haven't found it. So plenty in my deck, that's for sure. Or something big and expensive to cast, which I also just don't have. I think I'm going to take out the, these things have just been, like, just completely useless. I might take these out. I mean, they're useful when my thing works, but, like, it's obviously not working, so... This costs all of my mana? Seems like a pretty bad idea there. Alright, so the best thing I can hope for is settle the wreckage. Tragic. Well, that's one of them. Okay, it did resolve. Always nice. Oh, I could be growing the Galagreeters, actually. Yeah, I didn't think of that. Alright, Nykthos almost trivializes other things in the deck. Let's see here. 4... Nykthos... Okay. We haven't seen a counterspell. I feel like they would have just snapped one off on the Gargaroth, so I don't really expect one. Okay, I can play this. So now if they don't do anything, we're in a good spot. And I paid for Ristic Study the entire time. Nice. Minotaur it. Come on. You know you want to. Oh, they did. Alright. They actually did. Wow. Surprised I haven't seen a board wipe yet. I kind of fully expect to see one now, and then have 2 4/4s. Unless it's Farewell, and then for the 5th time in a row this doesn't do anything. That is an Aether... What? Sauron plays Reservoir? Alright, so there's probably some kind of combo in here. I can make 2 3/3s, which I don't think is a good idea. Alright, wow. It was an Esper Sauron deck, and it didn't have any board wipes. I would take any other card instead of that. I'm still gonna use the mana here. I mean, playing a turn 3 card or a 3-mana card this fast, just I don't know. This card has been bothersome lately. Wow, no blue mana. That is a card. All right, yep. So 4. Okay. Yeah, it does. We could run Great Henge. That's true. Honestly, I'd probably just take out Galta for Great Henge. I think that would be fine. I like Galta, though. I'm not sure why they tapped like that. Alright. Well, I guess I should be thankful they didn't use that on something more important. So, do I play my commander? Yes. Yep. Yeah, Gigantosaurus is still in the deck. Don't make me do it. Don't make me do it. Alright, our opponent also has an Ultimus. They could have swung with the Dryad. Could have swung with the Dryad. We shall play this. Because I won't miss it. Ooh, maybe I wanted to play Ooze first, in case they had Mana Drain or something. Looks like they didn't. And the Goose token is probably not as good as more things in play. And I don't really want to trade creatures until I, like, have to. Yeah, it's also not really much of a trade because they have the Death Toucher. It's not even a functioning trade. Alright, if we were both mono green, I'd feel good about this, but my opponent's not mono green. Although they have not played a blue card, by the way. I'm just curious. There we go. They played a blue card, but it's mostly just a green card. They do swing. Oh, right. That's why he would swing. Yep. Well, we take that block. I can eat the thing out of their graveyard, too. So they can't, like, recur that impersonator. Alright, we finally made slimes. And we are going to... Whoop. One, two, three. I'm not going to get the Sea Clan. I'm just going to do this. So do I play Vorinclex or do I play this? This gives me more treasures back, but then I don't have Vorinclex in play. I think that's fine. I think that, yeah, that's fine. I can't go wrong with putting more lands in play. Especially in a opponent could have Cyclonic Rift. And actually, if they do, I think I just lose anyways. I'm going to exile my useless stuff. Nice. They actually did not exile my creature. They exiled the land. That's weird. Suppose it's more likely to be relevant. Okay, interesting. Opponent, I don't think it matters. Just come on, you can do it. Sylvan Safekeeper. I can't imagine they want that. No, I didn't think so. There's nothing to copy for this thing? Oh, okay. Yeah, nothing really to copy there. Alright, Slimes, you know what to do. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I don't have enough to do everything I want. Does that change anything? No, it does not. Alright, so I can recast the slime, but we're at an impasse. I think the blue in my opponent's deck has a pretty high chance of pulling ahead here, unfortunately. So if I play an untapped land, I have 6, 7, and this is 8. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, never mind. That's why we count things more than once. That's why we do things multiple times. Okay, Foreign Collects. It's your one time. It just... Come on. One time. Come on. Alright, Overlord and Gargaroth, or O'Hare? I could take Scute Swarm. That does actually put a clock on this game. I think I will, actually, yeah, that's just puts a legitimate clock on this game. Oh, I can play 2 lands a turn because of the stupid the thing, the what you call it. And yep. Well, I didn't hit Craterhoof, so if they have like River's Rebuke or whatchamacallit. Alright, looks like it's a creature. Okay. Sure. It's like a Cultivate with my opponent's commander. So the only card they can draw is just their Bonnie card now? Right? Well, they get to explore first as well. Sure. Not big of a deal. I mean, drawing a land is kind of like surveilling a dead card away. It's kind of just the same. It's not a big deal. They copy a Thopter. That's funny. Wait a minute. Why does this have Summoning Sickness? What? Am I tripping, or is this not supposed to have summoning sickness? Oh wait, hold on. Never mind. This is the new one. All right, never mind. Do I not have reach? Oh, I don't, because I flipped my Vorinclex. I don't have reach anymore. Okay. I can just block it with the... No, there's no reason. I don't know why I'm thinking about this. It's not lethal or anything. Alright, if you do an extra turn, that'd be tragic. Again, I think it just falls in the blue cards being stupid. That breaks the parity. Alright, so now I have to think. I don't want to do that. I could just put them all on this thing. Can't really go wrong with that. No, they have a Death Touch creature. I could just put them all on the Gilded Goose. Nothing else really matters. Yeah, we just put them on the Gilded Goose as a giant, annoying flyer. That's fair. There we go. And then we can play... land. I could make a food token, but mana is good. I don't think my commander matters too much, but I can play it. It just depends what this land finds, I think. Okay, opponent's gonna now consume my graveyard. They actually ate a land for some reason. They ate another land for some reason. They don't have to do that. Could be eating my creatures. They're scared of some kind of land recurrence. I don't believe there's any in my deck. I think taking the creatures might just be slightly better. Okay, I'm gonna not respond to that. I think the ooze has enough going on. I don't have to worry about that specifically. Chinerous transformation. So I can shut down Bonnie, which is the thing slowing this game down. They have infinite mana. I'm not really worried about how much mana they have with this thing. Their commander, I mean. So we're going to do this here. So they can't draw 2 cards a turn. And slowly but surely, Scavenging Ooze, Scute Swarm will just fly ahead. Especially 2 lands a turn with my Wayward Sword Tooth. I can probably make at least 1 food token. The first food token's almost free because I have a Gilded Goose that actually cares about it, so. And, yep, send it. Why not? I could have put all the counters on a different creature to, like, this thing, and then had it just be, like, super easy to cast this, but I think I'm going to swing with the Overlord, because then it is most assuredly lethal next turn, right? Yeah. Because it generates another land for the, what is it, 16 Scute Swarms? Alright, so I think it's lethal next turn. I think. If my opponent top decks Crater Hoof, I mean, so be it. So be it. Such is the way of the game. It's not like I'm not trying to do the same thing. I probably have more ways to find it. But again, they have blue in their deck. They just haven't really, like, exploited the blue cards in Magic yet. And they haven't shown me any counter spells. Maybe just none in the deck. Like, there are running cards like this, after all. And, well, I guess like this as well. I actually haven't seen this in play before. I can beat most Eldrazi. I'm going to assume they at least have Eldrazi. Target creatures gain flying. Alright, so they have a bunch of flyers, which I don't believe is lethal. Also another card I've just never seen before. Pretty cool. So the food tokens are 3 life, and the ooze is another life. Oh shoot, is it lethal now? Uh-oh. Alright. So go to blocks. Bloop. And here. And then 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, plus another 8, 24. Are you serious? I go to exactly 24? Wow. Was there anything I could have done about that? Is there anything I can do? I can't activate ooze? Yeah. That's exactly lethal. That's insane. Alright. Crazy. I would have killed them next turn. So they didn't play Craterhoof, but they played a crazy card I've just never seen before. Kind of cool. I sort of died to my own command. No, that's not true. I mean, the tokens pushed the exact lethal, but I mean, it could have been anything. Wow. Alright. Yeah, I mean, that was their last turn, right? Because if it comes back to me, I'm pretty sure I do have lethal in play by now. Yeah, because this third chapter, right? Yeah, this would just kill my opponent. Alright, yep. Tragic. Fortunately, I can sort of stonewall Shroofus fairly reliably. Actually, I don't really know what this deck does to stop me. Sylvan Anthem? Jeez, that's deep. Alright, well. So, I really need to kill Bristly Bill. So I'm going to do that. They did not swing at me. That's unusual. I'm going to not swing again because I don't think the damage is that relevant. Oh, come on. Oh, come on, no. Ay, ay, ay. I'm like, all the cool cards that I'm seeing today are just blowing me out of the water. This attack makes no sense. I'm never, ever swinging here. I would just sit behind this. Like, you have Tender Shoot Dryad. I think them swinging there just put me back in the game when I should not have been in this game still. I think that was a huge mistake. Yep, that was a colossal mistake, actually. And I shall find ways to exploit it. So, let's do that. Tender Shoot Dryad. Unchecked. The only time my opponent has ever done that. They won't reprint Bad Moon? Maybe one day. Maybe one day. One day when you're older. Land, please. 1, 2. It's not enough lands for a Scute Swarm to get ridiculous, but... Oh, I did this backwards. I could have played this first. Whoops. That's okay. 8. Do I care about birds? No, not really. Oh, whoops. Did I switch? No, I did it right. I did it right. Alright, we stopped our opponent from ever hitting us with their stuff. Which is kind of insane, because this, being unchecked, looked extremely concerning. Tendershoot Dryad, and it wound up not being. We could play Sylvan Anthem. I don't really think it matters. Most of the time you play this, you want to be like super go wide. Yeah, look at that. We beat the... I know, I started this game off complaining because this happened to us like 10 times in a row. But every green opponent on the play has just had this. But, yeah, we stopped them from doing this, and they swung and traded when they really should not have done that. Like, they just can hide behind this the whole game and just decided not to for some reason. Like, I literally lose the game. They took a card that actually probably doesn't do anything against Davriel. Except maybe draws a card, turns a bird into a 3/3. Obligatory 2-mana mana rock? Alright, no. Wow. Color me amazed. Underworld Dreams is bonkers. That is bonkers. Alright, Gigantosaurus, you know what to do. Oh, dang it. Mesmeric Orb? What? This is Davriel, right? Okay, well, if I... Yep, you got it. You got it. So, bloop. I'm sure they have like that 7-mana card that you draw and lose half your life total, and then Underworld Dreams kills you. Opponent's running Massacre Worm? Alright, this is the craziest Davriel list I've ever seen. I think you just have to minus. You just have to make a deal here. Yeah, you gotta make a deal. Losing 6 life in the face of this is kind of gnarly. Not sure if that was the best idea there. Kaya's ghost form. Alright, well that means I'm just not going to swing at it. It's not really a big deal, I don't think. Unless it is, who knows? So I can play that first. Yeah. Alright, you are at a rather low life total. I don't think Davriel can get you out of this, so you need to draw, like... I'm not even sure what. You have a chance of milling out opportunities to win as well. They didn't mill anything relevant. But they are at 3. And I have a slime that they almost can't deal with. I think Devious Cover-Up exiles? But I don't think anything else does. If they get the deal to discount, they can now cast the 7-mana card that wins immediately. But they have to get the deal, and they also have to have not milled the card, and they also have to, like, have it in hand. Alright. Okay. Well, they could have at least rolled a second deal before they did that, I think. Right? They just didn't do that. Unless I'm tripping. Yeah, they could have rolled a second deal first to see, and they just did not do that. That was, obviously a mistake. They could have drawn something better. And didn't. Tragic. That was a reason to poke this for 2 and kill it so they don't get 2 deals. But I don't know how big of a difference 3 and 5 is for my opponent's life total, especially with this thing basically not dying outside of very, very few cards in mono black that can exile it. So the tokens would just be lethal. I probably should have just stopped the second deal, but fortunately, my opponent just didn't do it. They didn't give themselves the opportunity of a second deal of doing anything. It just leads to, like, extremely repetitive play patterns, but, well, such is the nature of Constructed. Speaking of Constructed, what is this? Okay, interesting. So we're not going to play this turn. We're going to do that. Alright. Does Ooze Tribal have enough support? No. Unless you want to play Slime against Humanity. But then you're just playing those. And they just work with each other. They don't really need, like, other cards or anything. I don't know if this is better than playing Defiler, but I did do it. I can even pick up that fetch land. I think there's a lot of merit in doing that. I think Defiler's just... Wait, what is this? Draw a card, then discard a card. 4 more permanent types. Alright. Neat. Could have spent both treasures, actually. Maybe that's slightly better. I don't know. This is almost milling my opponent out completely. So we have 16... Excuse me, 32... 40, 47. We have 47 in play to mill. You can play Faceless Haven to search? Ah, alright. Suppose that's fair. I don't know. I mean, am I activating it that much? I have to play basically in, like, I have to remove all the regular forests so I can consistently activate it. I don't know if I want to do that. Okay, so this commander is cool, especially against those kinds of decks that, oh, I'm playing mono green, and then you suddenly find yourself against sweeping, spamming stuff. This leaves behind a bunch of good stuff. Unfortunately, Ketramos exists, so the best sweeping sort of thing going on right now exiles everything. So this gets exiled, and then you don't get your slimes, and you feel really bad. The Altar of Dementia only worked 1 game, right? Yeah, 1 game. I think there was a second game where it was about to do something, but we just either lost before it did, or our opponent conceded before it mattered. But there was 1 game where this actually worked. It's probably worth a single card slot for that potential chance to happen, but you can't just do it with a single Ultimus. You have to sort of do it more than once. Now, we discovered, or at least I discovered, I didn't even think about this when I put Yorvo in the deck, but Yorvo grows with every slime that you're making with this dying from Dementia, so Yorvo and your Ultimus basically does it in one fell swoop. Just boom, they're all gone. But I don't know. Yeah, Ashnod's Altar, another way to create a bunch of mana. Now, I don't have a ton of things to do with more mana after a certain point, but if I wanted to play like the Eldrazi, which you certainly can, Gigantosaurus could just be Eldrazi, that one works, but I just didn't go in that direction. The mid-range 3 and 4, I actually ended up putting more of the 4 mana, like 6 power creature stuff in here, just to get this into play more consistently than I was, but these cost 4, right? Which means this is coming in on turn 5. Or, excuse me, this is coming in the turn after you've played your 4-drop. If this comes in on turn 5, I don't know, you're probably borderline screwed unless whatever else you were doing was very scary. So if you play this, say, turn 3 from all your ramp or something, and then you play this turn 4, that's great. But I don't know. These are a bit slow. It is nice to have them in play once your commander dies, but if your commander dies to a board wipe, it's only being discounted by 4 the next time because all you have are some 4/4s, and this is assuming it didn't get exiled. I saw no Frogify Heliod's whatever auras today, but that would be another massive issue. We could be running Beseju. I just wasn't, because again, the bracket system, I'm scared to put anything stupid in my deck that ruins any opportunity to play against sort of weaker things. But I'll probably upload the list with Beseju, but I never had a game where that actually ended up mattering. Force of Vigor only worked, I think, a single game, but basically every game you play, or I would say well over half the games you play, Force of Vigor does in fact matter. Right, or it could matter, and usually hits 2 things. I mean, even if it does hit 1 thing, you're usually not that upset with it. But Force of Vigor is just super solid, super solid. I mean, I don't have much to say about this other than it's a mythic, so good luck. The Scute Swarm, Tooth and Nail, Crater Hoof kind of thing is just, I mean, if you're in mono green, you're gonna need, or at least really have to think about the other ways to just win with as few cards as possible, right? Scute Swarm only needs lands to win the game. Tooth and Nail only needs Tooth and Nail to win the game. What's the other one? Someone actually played this and then threw the game and then brought the card to my attention. It's that aura that I can't remember the name of. Oh no, I look stupid. There it is. Hydra's Growth. This can just win the game on its own, right? In fact, I would have lost to it had my opponent not threw it in my face. If this was still in play for my opponent, I would have lost. This card does work with Altar of Dementia, right? Now, it requires it to be in play for a while. Good luck with that. But if it is in play for a while, suddenly, boom, you just win outright. I don't know. This, being a 40-40 swinging at your opponent didn't kill them. But if for some reason that wasn't killing your opponent, you can now mill them for 40, or the next turn 80. So that's an interesting card there. And that's really about it. I don't know if I'm a big fan of this, but as a colorless, as a mono-colored deck, it's in mono green, which has a massive range of available things to it, right? You outside of the things that you basically always have to play, which is all the 1-drops and stuff, and most likely some other forms of ramp. Let's say the other quote-unquote 40 available card slots in your mono green card deck that's not the staples that you basically always run. I like it. Is it the best thing? No. Is it better than, is it in the top 50%? I would actually say yes. I think this is better than half of the mono green commanders available. I mean, that's not saying much because there are some pretty rough ones out there, but I would say it's probably, after playing both of them, it's probably better than Gulta just because it gives you hedge against sweepers, where you actually leave something behind. And you have, a secondary win condition in Altar of Dementia, which is something to consider. There are token spamming cards that, Doubling Season. Oh, that's right. I had those in here to start. Doubling Season, Parallel Lives, and that other one. Losing my voice. But they kind of suck without your commander specifically dying, and I don't really think token strategies are really that good at all, right? Especially when they're not totally plan A. If your mono green deck has a bunch of token things matters in it, Parallel Lives needs to really emphasize those things being good. We also win a lot of games without making any tokens, because you got to keep in mind the first 2 things this creates are not tokens. Those slimes are not tokens. when those 4/4s die, then you create tokens. So the first death doesn't actually trigger any doubling season effect. It's just the second one. And I mean, it's just too deep for that. And Scute Swarm doesn't need help. So I don't really like that. I tried it. It just wasn't working. Go Shintai Voltron. That doesn't even sound like a challenge. Shoot, isn't that a 5-color deck? All right, challenge accepted. But so yeah, I can recommend this. I did like it. It's fun. It didn't really have a good win rate though, you know. Whether that's because this exact build wasn't great, you know, so be it. I know Gigantosaurus is kind of a joke, but I mean, look at it. How can you not run a card like this, you know? Your opponent's going to ask you, well, what does it do? And I'll be like, it does 10/10, because they can't see the text box. And I'm just going to tell them that it simply does 10/10. I have a soft spot for this. And we have Nykthos in our deck, which, you know, that's something to consider, right? With cards like this, though, we could have ran Garruk's Stibber and Rishkar's Stibber. Oh, wait, what? No way. No way I do not own it. No way. Oh no, what's it called? Someone said it 10 years ago in chat. Equal to power. It's the, you draw cards equal to power, whatnot. Return of the Wild Speaker. Oh no, I didn't use his last name. Oh no. Is it not his... Is it toughness or something? Why is it not in this list of cards? Alright, well you get my point. It's just these cards. You could play a few of these, because even with a 4-mana 6/6, that is 6 cards, right? You don't have to play 7-mana 10/10, 7-mana 8/8 to like do something. It actually is fine. Even with a 5-mana card, right? Or a 5-power card, you just play a 3-drop that draws a ton of cards. Especially a 3-drop that your opponent probably doesn't really care to... Oh, it was a good one. Not that one. Doesn't care to kill, like, Lovestruck Beast. If the 1/1 dies, this actually can't do anything. I don't have a lot of 1/1s in the deck. So if it's sitting there as a 5/5, why would your opponent ever kill this? Right? And then you just have this to draw a bajillion cards. And that seems better than definitely something that's in here. I think I crafted this card specifically for this deck, and it never came up. I'm like, oh, it's Gaia's Cradle. Oh, look at it. Oh, but no, it literally never did anything. I don't know how I feel about that one. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, bloop. Is this better than Wild Speaker? Let's see. It probably is, right? Well, let's put both in and see. What? What? Where is it? Return of the Wild Speaker. Oh, it's an instant. Oh, I knew it. I knew it. I knew something was wrong. All right. I knew something was wrong. I knew something was wrong. All right. Found what was wrong. I don't know. I mean, one of those, or maybe all of them. Who knows? I'm going to fine-tune the list before I upload it. And, yeah, I think that's about it. I think that's all I have to say about this one. So if you like mono green, it definitely just plays a mono green strategy with a viable Altar of Dementia thing going on inside of it. While that's really about it, actually. Yeah, no, I got nothing else for you. That's it. It's just mono green 8/8 slimes. Sometimes mill them out. If not, go wide, beat them to death with typical green stuff. You can put Eldrazi in here and go big, like a mono green ramp for days kind of deck. And this is like plan A.2, or you can just be slimes and do what I was doing. There's 3 to 4 different ways to play mono green in most commanders. And I was just trying to play heavily into this for it to actually matter. So that's all I've got. Let me know what you thought about it. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.